Have you ever arrived at your office, seen your colleagues chatting comfortably, but felt a wall between you and them because you didn't know how to start a conversation naturally? You worry that your English might sound too formal, or perhaps not professional enough.
It's a silent frustration many of us face. We have the technical skills, but we lack the social bridge to build strong working relationships.
That ends today. Welcome to Business English for Success. I'm Elena, and I'm joined by David. We are here to transform your daily office interactions from uncertain moments into opportunities for connection.
Today, we are sharing the first part of our series, 50 Essential Business English Conversations for Daily Office Life.
Our roadmap is simple. We start with the first few minutes of your day, move through collaborative tasks, and master social etiquette. After every scenario, I will reveal a communication key, a refined phrase to help you sound like a natural leader. Let's step into the office. Imagine we are standing in the quiet elevator. The doors are closing, and we have 30 seconds before we reach our floor. Good morning, David. How are you starting your day?
Morning, Elena. I'm off to a steady start, thank you. Just grabbing my first coffee. I noticed you were at the charity gala last night. How was the event?
It was truly inspiring. It was wonderful to see the community come together for a good cause. I'll tell you more about it during our break.
I'd love that. Have a wonderful morning, Elena.
Let's look at David's phrase, I'm off to a steady start. Instead of a boring, I'm fine, this shows you are organized and ready for the day. It radiates a sense of calm control.
We want to hear from you. What is your favorite way to say good morning without sounding like a textbook? Write your greeting in the comments.
Now that we've reached our floor, what do you say when you see a colleague working intensely and you need their help? Up next, we reveal the golden entrance phrase to ask for help without being a distraction. I am walking over to David's desk now. He looks very focused, so I need to be extra polite. Hi, David. I don't mean to draw you away from your work, but do you have a brief moment for a question?
Oh, hello, Elena. I'm just reviewing some data, but I can certainly take a short break to help you. What can I do for you?
Thank you. I'm finalizing the budget proposal, and I wanted to ensure I have the correct figures for the marketing wing. Could you double-check this one row for me?
Of course. Yes, those numbers are accurate. You're all set.
Thank you. I'm grateful for your eyes on this. I'll let you get back to your focus now. Notice how I opened the conversation. I don't mean to draw you away from your work. This is an elegant way to acknowledge that their time is valuable. It removes any pressure and makes the other person much more willing to help you.
Being helpful is great, but what if you meet a brand new face in the hallway? Next, Elena shows us how to introduce yourself with instant confidence. I'm walking down the hallway with a new team member when we run into Elena. Elena, I'd like to introduce you to our new lead designer, Sarah.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Sarah. We've been looking forward to having your creative vision on the team.
Sarah just moved here from the London office.
Oh, wonderful. I'd love to learn more about your transition when you've settled in. Welcome aboard, Sarah. To make someone feel truly welcome, use the phrase, I'd love to learn more about your transition when you've settled in. This shows you care about their journey, not just their work tasks. It's the hallmark of a high-value communicator.
So far, we've covered greetings and introductions, but how do you handle the mid-morning hustle?
In the next 3 scenarios, we will dive into handling quick updates and managing expectations with grace. One specific phrase will save you from feeling overwhelmed by emails. Stay with us. I see David is between calls, so it's the perfect time for a proactive update. Hi, David. Do you have a quick moment for a brief update on the Alpha project?
Certainly, Elena. I was just about to check the status. How are we progressing?
We've successfully completed the initial research phase. My team is now refining the final draft. We are right on schedule to share it with you by Thursday afternoon.
That's excellent news. I appreciate you keeping me in the loop before I even had to ask.
It's my pleasure. I want to ensure you have everything you need for your Friday meeting. I'll send a formal summary to your inbox shortly. Notice the phrase, "we are right on schedule." Instead of saying, "we are doing okay," this phrase sends a strong message of reliability and professional control. It builds immense trust with your colleagues or managers.
Proactive updates are great, but what happens when a colleague asks for something you can't deliver immediately? Up next, Elena shares a sophisticated way to manage expectations without ever saying, "I'm too busy." I have a small task for Elena, but I can see she is quite occupied. Elena, when your schedule permits, could you please take a look at the revised client list?
I'd be happy to assist with that, David. I'm currently prioritizing a report that is due at noon. Would it work for you if I reviewed the list and got back to you by 2 p.m. today?
That would be perfectly fine. I appreciate you letting me know your timeline.
Thank you for your flexibility. I'll make it my first priority right after lunch. Here is your communication key: when your schedule permits. When David said this, he showed he respects my time. And my response, "Would it work for you if I," is a polite way to propose a new time without sounding dismissive. It's a win-win for professional harmony.
We've managed our time, but what about those moments when we need to offer a different opinion during a quick chat? Coming up, we reveal how to disagree gracefully while still being 100% supportive. Elena and I are looking at the new plan for the team's shared workspace. I think this new seating arrangement will really improve collaboration, don't you?
I certainly see the benefits of your approach, David. It does encourage more open talk. However, I'm wondering if we might also need to consider a dedicated quiet zone for deep focus work.
That's a valid point. I hadn't fully considered the noise factor for the accountants.
Perhaps we could find a balance between the two. I'd love to help you refine this further so it works for everyone. Notice the power bridge. I'm wondering if we might also need to consider, instead of saying, "I disagree," or "that's a bad idea," this phrase invites the other person to think along with you. It's collaborative, not confrontational.
We've handled the morning hustle, but the workday is far from over.
Coming up in the next scenarios, we will master the art of professional socializing. How do you talk during lunch without it being awkward? And how do you handle a compliment with true elegance? Stay tuned because the next communication key is a game changer for your office reputation. Before we move to lunch, tell us, have you ever had to tell a colleague no or later? How did you handle it? Share your experience in the comments so we can all learn together. It's almost lunchtime. I see Elena is just closing her laptop. Hi, Elena. A few of us are heading to the new bistro around the corner for lunch. Would you care to join us? That sounds lovely, David. Thank you for thinking of me. I just need 5 minutes to send this final email, and then I'm free to go.
No rush at all. We'll meet you by the main entrance in 10 minutes then.
That works perfectly. I'm looking forward to a bit of a break. Notice how David asked, "Would you care to join us?" This is much more sophisticated and less pushy than saying, "Do you want to come?" It gives the other person a graceful space to say yes or no while feeling respected.
We've made it to the restaurant, but now comes the hard part. How do you talk about things other than work without being too personal? Up next, Elena reveals the safe and professional topics for lunch conversation.
We are now at the bistro. The atmosphere is relaxed, but we still want to maintain our professional image. This place has a great atmosphere, David. Have you been here before?
It's my first time, actually. I've heard their seasonal menu is quite impressive. Speaking of the season, do you have any interesting plans for the upcoming holiday break?
I'm planning a quiet retreat to the countryside. I find that spending time in nature is the best way to recharge my creative batteries. How about you?
That sounds rejuvenating. I'm actually staying in town to catch up on some reading and perhaps visit a few art galleries.
Alina used a beautiful expression, "to recharge my creative batteries." This is a wonderful way to talk about your personal time while still sounding like a motivated professional. It shows you value your well-being so you can perform better at work.
Lunch is over and we are back at the office. Suddenly, a senior manager praises your work in front of others. Do you know how to accept a compliment without sounding arrogant or overly shy? Elena has the modest professional formula coming up next. We just ran into the director, and she was very impressed with how we handled the morning's crisis. That was a very kind compliment she gave us, Elena. You really led the way on that solution.
That's very kind of you to say, David. However, I truly believe it was a collective effort. Your data analysis provided the foundation we needed to make that decision.
I'm glad I could contribute. It's rewarding to see our hard work being recognized.
Absolutely. It's a credit to how well we communicate as a team. This is a crucial skill. I used the phrase, "it was a collective effort." When you receive praise, always share the credit with your team or partners. This makes you look like a confident leader and a supportive colleague. It is the definition of executive grace.
We've mastered lunch and compliments, but the afternoon often brings unexpected changes and tough questions. In our next section, we'll look at afternoon adaptability. We will share a specific phrase to use when you don't have the answer to a question right away, but you still want to sound 100% competent. Don't go anywhere.
Quick question for our global audience. What is your safe topic for lunch talk? Is it travel, food, or hobbies? Tell us in the comments. We love reading your professional stories. It's 2:30 p.m. David just stepped into my office with a very specific question about our new compliance policy. That's an excellent question, David. To be perfectly honest, I don't have that specific data in front of me right now.
I thought it might be a bit technical. It's a new area for all of us.
I want to make sure I provide you with the most accurate information. May I look into the details and get back to you by the end of the day?
That works for me. I'd rather wait for the correct answer than have a guess right now.
I appreciate your patience. I'll prioritize this as soon as I finish my current task. Here is a massive power phrase. I don't have that specific data in front of me right now. This is much more professional than saying, "I don't know." It implies that you are capable, you just need a moment to access the information. It preserves your authority.
Knowing how to pause is vital. But what if you are the one who has to deliver a bit of not-so-good news, like a delay in a project? Up next, Elena shows us how to be transparent and professional without causing any alarm.
I'm heading over to David's desk. I have to tell him the vendor report is delayed. I must remain calm and solution-oriented. Hi, David. Do you have a moment? I'd like to give you a quick update on our timeline for the Alpha project.
Sure, Elena. Is everything moving according to plan?
For the most part, yes. However, we've encountered a slight delay with our external partner's delivery. They've assured me we will have it by tomorrow morning.
I see. Does this impact our final presentation on Friday?
Not at all. I have already adjusted the team's schedule to compensate for this. We remain fully committed to meeting the Friday deadline. Notice the phrase, "we've encountered a slight delay." Always use encounter instead of have a problem. It sounds like a temporary obstacle that you are already managing. Also, always follow the delay with a solution to show you are in control.
Being in control is one thing, but how do you handle a brainstorming session where ideas are flying everywhere? Next, Alana reveals the phrase that helps you steer an unstructured conversation back to the main goal. And for the office party, we could have a live band, or maybe a themed buffet, or we could even rent a photo booth.
Those are all wonderful and creative ideas, David. It's clear you've put a lot of heart into this. Just to ensure we stay on track, perhaps we should first define our primary objective for this event?
You're right. We should decide if this is for team building or just a casual celebration before we pick the entertainment.
Exactly. Once we have that clarity, all these great ideas will fall into place much more easily. This is a leadership key, just to ensure we stay on track. It is a polite, executive way to stop a conversation from wandering. It saves time and helps everyone feel more productive without hurting anyone's feelings.
We've survived the afternoon. Now the sun is setting and it's time to wrap up the day.
In our final section, we will master the graceful exit. How do you leave the office while leaving a lasting, positive impression on your colleagues? And I'll share the one phrase that makes people look forward to working with you again tomorrow. We want to know, when you don't know the answer to a question at work, what is your go-to phrase? Share your professional tips in the comments below. The clock shows 5:15 p.m. Before I head out, I always make it a point to check in with my key collaborators. Hi, David. I'm wrapping up for the day. Is there anything urgent you need from my side before I head out?
Hi, Elena. I think we've covered everything essential for today. Thank you for checking in, though. It's very much appreciated.
Perfect. I've updated the shared folder with the latest drafts. We can touch base on the final details tomorrow morning.
Sounds like a plan. Have a relaxing evening.
The power phrase here is there anything urgent you need from my side before I head out? This shows you're not just a worker, but a partner who cares about the team's success. It leaves a lasting impression of high responsibility.
Just as I'm putting on my coat, a request comes in. I have to set a boundary while staying polite. I'd be happy to assist you with that report. However, to give it the attention it deserves, I'll start on it first thing tomorrow morning. Would that work for your timeline?
That was very well handled, David. It's important to maintain that work-life balance.
Thank you, Elena. I've learned that being clear about timelines helps everyone work better.
Notice how David said, to give it the attention it deserves. This is a beautiful executive bridge. Instead of saying, I'm leaving now, he framed the delay as a way to ensure quality. It's impossible for someone to be upset with that. We are walking out of the main doors now. The day was productive, and it feels good to leave on a positive note. It was a pleasure collaborating with you today, David. I really value our morning brainstorm session.
Likewise, Elena. I'm looking forward to making more progress tomorrow. Get some good rest.
You too. See you in the morning. Your final communication key for today is, I really value our specific event. Don't just say bye. Mention one specific thing you appreciated. It makes the connection personal and professional. What a day! We have traveled from the morning elevator to the final exit. We've used 15 scenarios to show that business English isn't about complex words. It's about respect, clarity, and grace.
Let's recap our top 5 power phrases from today's session. 1. I'm off to a steady start, for confident morning. 2. I don't mean to draw you away from your work, for respectful help. 3. Would have worked for you if for managing your time. 4. I'm wondering if we might also need to consider for graceful disagreement. 5. I'll start on it first thing tomorrow morning, for setting healthy boundaries.
Remember, the way you speak at work defines how people feel when they work with you. Choosing clean, executive, and refined language is an investment in your own success.
If you found value in these 15 scenarios, please give this video a like and subscribe to Business English for Success. We are committed to helping you become a more powerful, elegant communicator every single day.
This was only part 1. In part 2, we are going deeper into the language of influence, how to lead meetings and negotiate with confidence without ever losing your poise.
You won't want to miss it. Until then, keep practicing and keep being professional.
Thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next session. Goodbye for now.